Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It makes a huge difference. So big thank you to all of you that have done it so far. Roll that intro. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Talk. Today we are looking at the brand new for 2021 Fender Noventa Telecaster. Checking out the specs at the body as we normally do. We've got an older body, small style scratch plate, volume, tone, a Fender Noventa single coil pickup. You've got a small ashtray bridge with brass saddles, and it's through body stringing as well. At the other end of things with the neck, we've got a maple neck with a maple fretboard, 21 frets. It's a 9.5-inch radius, vintage style tuners, and the neck profile is a C60 shape. Setup wise, straight out of the box, this thing just plays so well. There's nothing bad I can say about the setup. Everything rings out. The intonation was perfectly in. The action is nice and low. It's not, as you would expect with this, it's not Ibanez low, but for a Fender guitar, this is certainly low, and everything just rings out, and you can do big bends and it sustains. Big, top marks to Fender for this because it just plays awesomely. Build quality on this, again, I've got to give Fender props here because if you've seen some of my recent videos with the 2021 Mexican Fender stuff, it's not been great out of the box. There's been certainly a few issues, but this completely different story. This has been built so well. Everything on here feels solid, and the frets have been done really well. There's a couple of little bits where if I was being fussy, I might get a tech, I might get our tech Geraint to just roll that edge of the fret off a little bit, but nothing bad at all there. So I am really impressed with how this just sounds, feels, and plays straight out of the box. In terms of controls on this, you've got a volume, tone, obviously no switch because it's just a single pickup, so you can't switch between pickups or anything. It's called a Fender Noventa single coil. That's what they've written everywhere. I don't know if it's been specifically designed for this guitar, but you know, they've just called it Noventa single coil, so I'm not sure if it's like a Strat single coil or a Tele single coil with a special housing on it, but you know what, let's just see what Fender say about it. Excuse me one moment. Noventa single coil pickup. The Noventa bridge pickup provides hot single coil tones with enhanced mid-range presence and touch-sensitive playability, perfect for bell-like cleans or throaty overdriven leads. So, yep, P90. Let's just call it a P90. For me, there is something to be said for just taking a P90 style pickup, slapping it in a big piece of tone wood, putting a neck on it, simple controls. I know a lot of people would look at this setup and say it's not going to be very versatile, but the amount of sounds and tones you can get out of this by just using the volume and tone, plugging it into a crank damp and using these to control the overall tonality of the guitar is mind-blowing. It is such a dynamic sounding pickup. If you add to that an amp that's got channel switching, then even more tones. If, like me, you use something like an Axe FX or a modern day modeler, then you know this thing is just pretty unstoppable because you don't have to think about changing pickups or anything. And when you take all of that away and you just have this standard basic setup, you just concentrate on playing and then just let the tone do the rest. Looks wise, you know, they do this in a few different finishes. I really like this finish. It's a bit of an odd one for me because personally, I would like a bigger scratch plate just to come out here a bit more, but you know, each to their own. That's just personal preference for me. When you are strumming, if you are someone whose fingers hit the top of the guitar, you know, you're not slipping behind here or anything. So it certainly does the job. Just looks wise, I'd like it a little bit bigger. So obviously this is meant to be like a relatively new direction slash series for Fender, and it's not, you know, it's very rare that you see a Fender guitar that's got this configuration. It's nothing new because obviously you get this kind of thing with like Les Paul Juniors, but it's really nice to have this as a standard series on a Fender style guitar if Fender style guitars are your instrument of choice. This thing is such a pleasure to play, and honestly, straight out of the box with no modifications, this thing could be an absolute workhorse for any gig. What would I love to see on this guitar that isn't already there? I mean, personally, I would love to see like a nitro finish option or a road worn finish option. People know that I'm a sucker for a good, well done relic. This is a poly finish, so it's that kind of plasticky feel, but I don't know if they've done something different to what they use now, but it does feel nicer than some of the older Telecasters to me that had like a really thick plasticky finish. It's a satin neck, so that just ticks all the boxes. Other than that, there isn't really anything that I would like to add to this because then you're just taking away from the simplicity of the guitar, and to me that is where the beauty of this instrument lies. Have I got anything bad to say about this guitar? Honestly, I don't. If you want the extra pickup, then obviously this is not for you. If you want a humbucker because you don't like P90s, then obviously you could route this out a little bit, but I honestly don't think it needs it. And again, that's nothing bad about the guitar. That's just like a wish list of stuff for certain people that want those tones. But yeah, honestly, I think this is an awesome guitar and there is nothing bad to say about it. And I hope straight out of the box, all of them are as good as this one. It's been a while since I've taken a new Fender series of guitar or limited edition or anything like that out of the box and been really blown away and excited by it. And who knew that it would be something with a simplistic design like this that would make me excited? But there we go, sometimes that's just the way life is. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you a fan of this type of guitar? I'd love to know. If you're not, why not? Other than that, as I said before, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps. And